good morning everyone. We are the group 3 and we will have your three teacher which includes teacher Davizel and teacher May and also we have teacher Lee.
So before we start our presentation, can I ask someone to lead the prayer? Okay, Miss Jelani. Franz, please.
Okay, let us bow our head and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear God, thank you for looking after our school. Thank you that you love each and every one of us here. Help us to learn, play and share. Play and share together. It's incredible that you are there every second of the day. Everywhere, all the time, side of us, side each of us, Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you everyone. So our first reporter is our teacher, Miss Davizel Gonzalez.
So again, good morning everyone. So our topic is all about ICT policy and issues and implications to teaching and learning. So we will focus first in the ICT landscape. Who can read?
Me.
ICT policy. Policy as a course of action adopted and pursued by a government or any ruler statement. It is any course of action adopted as expedient or advantage.
Yes, thank you. So ICT policy is the plans or action for making a decision that pursued by the higher institution to make the life of the people to for their environment to have an accessible and expansion of ICT networks and services. So the next is ICT policy has also ICT new technologies. The first is the telecommunication technology. Who can read? Telecommunication technology include telephones with fax and the broadcasting of radio and television, often through satellite. So these are the technology used to produce or used to communicate or connecting with our loved ones or the socio-economic processes. And the next is the information technology. Henry.
So, information technology, it includes the use of computers which has become indispensable in modern societies to process data and save time and effort.
And in addition, from the word itself, information, so it produces information. And the example of information technology is artificial intelligence that produces information to us as a student for the easier. And the next is the network technology.
The network technology is the best known of networking technologies is Internet, but it has extended to mobile phone technology, the voice over Internet protocol or the VoIP, satellite communications, and other forms of communications are still in their infancy.
So in other words, this is the key or the process on how the technology works. So an example of network technology is the satellite and internet. So did I make sense?
Yes.
Let's proceed. So Teacher Anna May will discuss the issues ICT roadmap. So good morning everyone, I am Teacher May. So before I will start my topic, can anyone else tell what is ICT roadmap? ICT.
Idea. ICT roadmap is a type of technology roadmap that a business uses to develop and share a strategic development for ICT initiatives at the organization, such as migrating the company data to a new cloud system or upgrading the organization to a new enterprise network.
So who can read the ICT for education? Ms. Rachel. ICT for education. The ICT for education or ICT 40 is a program under the DICT that supports all the efforts of the education sector in incorporating the use of ICT as well as in determining and gaining access to its infrastructure, hardware, software, telecommunications, facilities, and others which are necessary to use and deploy learning technologies at all levels of education. So the ICT defines as the Department of Information Communication Technology. It is mandated to be the primary policy, planning, coordinating, implementing, and administrative entity of the Philippines executive branch of the government that will plan, develop, and promote the national ICT agenda. So who can read the first one? Ms. Linen.
So ICT education master plan for all levels, including a national roadmap for faculty development in Icelandic education.
So ICT education master plan for all levels. So it describes the overall plan for how technology will be integrated and used by schools, teachers, students, administrators, and even parents to increase access or improve the quality and prepare students for the 21st century. You can read the second one. Ms. Michelle.
Second is the content and application development through the Open Content in Education Initiative or OCI, which converts DepEd materials into interactive multimedia content.
So it develops application used in schools and conducts students and teachers competitions to promote the development of education related when it comes to the content. You can read the number 3. Ms. Johanna.
FeedNet is a walled garden that hosts educational learning and teaching materials and applications for use by the Filipino students, their parents, and teachers.
So in number 3, we have all public high school will be part of this network with only DepEd approved multimedia applications, materials, and mirrored internet sites accessible from school of the internet. Walled garden is an environment that controls the user's access to network-based content and services. For example, the Facebook. Then look at it number 4. Ms. Joyce.
Established community learning centers available out of school use or always by providing them with ICT enhanced alternative education opportunities.
So in number 4, we have the publication reveals a number of interesting examples of innovative programmers using ICT that can increase access to learning by the disadvantaged. When we say OSY, it is the out-school youth. These are the children in the official primary school age who are not enrolled in either primary or secondary. Number 5, Ms. Maprapa.
Quality programs for tertiary education through partnership with state universities and colleges or SACs to improve quality of IT education and the use of ICT in education in the country, particularly outside of Metro Manila.
So number 5, equality would mean giving every student in the school same type of computers. In contrast, equity would recognize that not every student has the same resources at home. For instance, some students will not Number 6, Miss Julani.
So number 6, digital media arts program, which builds digital media skills for government using open source technology.
So number 6, we have the main benefit of digital media in education is that it can increase student engagement. In addition, it helps students work with difficult concepts with multiple choices. Then we will proceed to number 7. Miss Shannon. ICT skills can which develop an internet application identifies strategic and policy and program recommendation to address ICT skills demands of life. So in number 7, we use ICT skills strategies developing a roadmap to facilitate meaningful evidence-based change toward desirable outcomes. So let's proceed to the next teacher, which is teacher
So, hi everyone, I am Matthew Lim. So, I'll be the one who discuss to you the global issues implication of teaching and learning. So, global issues. Who can read the first? Okay, Miss Marshall.
Global issues. Access and civil liberties are two sets of issues in ICT policy which are vital to the modern society. The other concern is civil liberties, which refers to human rights and freedom. These include freedom of expression, the right to privacy, the right to communicate, and intellectual property rights.
Okay, thank you, Miss Marshall. Civil liberties may include the freedom of consciousness, freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and the rights to security and liberty. Freedom of speech, the freedom of privacy, the rights of the equal treatment under the law. So these are the rights of every human in the world or in our society. ICT policies are needed to put the roadmap or courses of action to be pursued and adopted by the various government, organization, and institution involving ICT. Liberty means freedom which we are faced to avoid and move what to do because we are democratic. So Philippines is a democratic country. Next. So now let us know what are the different global issues that we are facing right now. So what is the first global issues? Who can read? Okay, Miss Limen.
So the issue number 1 is freedom of expression and censorship. Under the International Human Rights Convention, all people are guaranteed the right for free expression. However, with the shift from communicating to letter, newspapers, and public meetings to electronic communications and online networking, need to look into how this new means modifies the understanding of freedom of expression and censorship.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Limen. Freedom of expression and censorship. We have the right to express our idea, opinion, because we are a democratic country. So, since we are the Philippines as a democratic country, so we have the right as a citizens Filipino to share our idea or thoughts, even na kahit na para mali na tayo, share pa rin natin yung ano natin, yung ano natin, yung mga idea natin. Okay? So, next. Who can read the issues number 2? Okay, Miss,
Issue number 2, privacy and security. Privacy policies are an issue. Most commercial sites have privacy policy. When someone uses a site and clicks "I agree," it is as if we have turned over private information to any authority that may access it.
Okay, thank you. We are entitled to our own privacy. Even in a community or corporation, they are also entitled to set their own privacy policies. Okay, next. Issue number 3. Who can read? Si Miss Padua.
Surveillance and data retention. The use of electronic communication as an act enhances development of indirect surveillance. There is no direct contact between the agent and the subject
of Facebook. Because of social media, like Facebook, or our identity and information can even see by the other people. Anonymously, hindi natin kilala, nakikita nila tayo, pwede nila tayo stalk. With the use of electronic communication, the evidence of individual activity can be traced. Next. Okay, with the issue number 4. Miss Santos.
So pollutants from e-waste. The accumulated e-waste is due of rapid turnover of equipment due to rapid improvement of software. While material waste can be destroyed by crushing toxic material brought about, the different equipment requires almost no equipment.
Okay, thank you. E-pollutants from e-waste. So example for this is the alcohol beverages. The cigarettes that we use, di ba, sa mga ibang tao, ginagamit nila, tapos natapon nila saan-saan lang. So these are the example of toxic components. So next. Okay, our next reporter, Miss Majales.
So we have also the implications to teaching and learning. For your information, there are great implications of this lesson to both the teachers who are teaching and the learners who are learning. So a few of these are as follows. So the first is guide the teachers on what they should teach that relate to ICT and how to teach ICT. That's all.
Okay. Meron ako explanation dyan. In addition to this, ICT has a big impact on the part of the teacher and the learners. Improving knowledge to the learners, especially the topic that related to the ICT. Because of the ICT, knowledge is a big contribution in the working forces, both the teacher and the learners. But, however, we must always aware that there are rules and regulations how to use the technologies properly. So that's all. Thank you.
Next is there are also rules and regulations that govern the use of technology. One of these rules are the technology is the process of applying the knowledge goals.
Yes.
So and the next is that all the issues and many more shall be part of the teaching content as teachers will be encouraged technology in teaching. So teacher must encourage their learners to learn the ICT technology. And the next is who can read?
The learners of the 21st century are even more advanced than some of the teachers. However, learners still need guidance on how to regulate technology use, as there are positive and negative effects of technology. Learners should know the difference.
So what are the effects or the effects of negative effects of technology?
One of the negative effects of technology is, I think, at the rate of creativity. Kasi parang copy-paste na lang ng mga estudyante ngayon. Puro artificial intelligence na lang.
Thank you. So if there is a negative effect of using technology, there are also positive effects of using technology. So what are they? Positive.
Di ba si Miss Knowledge? Gusto niya rin magsagot ako. Miss, thank you.
The positive effect also using technology nowadays is like enhancing our presentation, just like what we're doing today. We are using laptop and
Maybe or
and because of that, we improve our presentation by using the
Okay, thank you.
So we all know that the learners of 21st century are more advanced than the past century, than the past Thank you.